Home field changes everything, or at least that's what everyone assumes. The truth is, playing at home sometimes brings the heaviest pressure of all. And in this World Cup, the team feeling that weight most deeply might just be the United States men's national team. Think about it for a second. You're playing on your own soil. 80,000 people in the stands, all of them there for you, and over 100 million more watching on screens. Try to actually imagine what that feels like. It doesn't help. It makes everything heavier. That's exactly why the 2026 World Cup isn't just a soccer tournament for the US. This is a generation's moment to prove itself. I'm going to walk you through everything. The group, the roster, the history, and what their real chances actually look like. But first, I need you to understand something. Most people are telling this story wrong, or at least they're telling it incomplete. The US landed in Group D. Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Balanced on the surface. But here's the thing that stopped me when I first looked at it. All 4 teams in this group rank inside the top 40 in the world. Paraguay sits at 40, Australia at 27, Turkey at 22, and the US at 16. On paper, the Americans are the favorites, but the World Cup isn't played on paper. Let's talk about the schedule. June 12th, Los Angeles against Paraguay. June 19th, Seattle facing Australia. June 25th, back in Los Angeles against Turkey. All 3 broadcast live on Fox and Peacock. The team is camping out in Irvine, about an hour from SoFi Stadium for both LA matches. Smart logistically, but logistics only gets you so far in a tournament like this. Now here's something I keep coming back to because it actually matters. The paths out of the group are both clear and dangerous. The top 2 teams advance to the round of 32. The best 8 third-place finishers can also sneak through. But if you finish third and advance, you're looking at a much tougher draw in the next round. So the goal is obvious. Win the group, stay on the West Coast, protect your energy. And hey, if you're getting something out of this video, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel. More of this is coming. Now let's talk about the head coach. And this is where things get genuinely interesting. Mauricio Pochettino, Argentine, took over in September 2024. His predecessor, Greg Berhalter, had to step aside after a disappointing 2024 Copa America showing on home soil. When Pochettino came in, everyone was asking the same question. How does a European club manager adapt to the culture of the US national team? Honestly, I was skeptical at first too, but the record speaks for itself. Pochettino's resume is undeniable. He took Tottenham Hotspur to the 2019 UEFA Champions League final. He managed PSG, then Chelsea. He worked with Messi, Mbappe, Harry Kane. None of that is small. And here's something that rarely gets mentioned. Pochettino's actually been to a World Cup as a player. He suited up for Argentina in 2002. In their match against England, his foul on Michael Owen set up David Beckham's penalty. Argentina lost 1-0 and went home early. Those kinds of memories shape a coach, sometimes badly, sometimes in exactly the right way. This is his first job managing a national team. That matters. Some people see it as a weakness. I'm not so sure anymore. But before we get into the roster, I have to ask the real question. How good is this team actually? The answer is more complicated than you'd expect. Christian Pulisic, from Hershey, Pennsylvania, currently at AC Milan. More and more people are calling him the best American player ever produced. And every year, that argument gets harder to argue against. I ran the numbers twice. They hold up. 84 caps. 32 goals, 5th all-time in USMNT scoring history. Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan are way up at 57 goals each, but Pulisic is 27 years old. When you watch the tape again, something stands out. He doesn't play to score, he plays to create chaos. That difference is enormous. Weston McKennie, midfielder at Juventus, came up through the FC Dallas Academy, went to Germany young, moved from Schalke to Juventus in 2020. The club has tried to move him on multiple times. He's kept proving them wrong. That's a strange career arc. But in my opinion, his energy might be the most important thing this squad has. There are technically gifted players on this roster. There are quality players. But Weston brings something different. He's the team's exhale. And on the captain question, Tim Ream of Charlotte FC wears the armband officially. He's 36. Making him the starter is Pochettino's clear statement that experience in the back comes first. That's a debatable call. Are the younger players ready? Or does the veteran spine hold everything together? I was about to answer that, but I need to stop here because what comes next is going to make you see that decision in a completely different light. Let's put this in historical context. This is the US's 12th World Cup appearance. They finished third back in 1930, still their best ever result. Then came 4 decades of silence. They came back at Italia 90, hosted in 94, broke attendance records, helped lay the foundation for MLS. In 2002, they reached the quarterfinals in Japan and South Korea, still considered the peak of the modern era. And in 2022, they fell to the Netherlands in the round of 16, 3-1. So this team is long past the happy-to-be-here era. But can they actually win the whole thing? Reaching the round of 16 is a good win. Getting to the quarterfinals would justify 30 years of investment in this program. But still, home field advantage is real. The crowd is real. If Pulisic finds his form, if McKennie is firing on all cylinders, and if Pochettino makes the right calls when it counts, then this story could go somewhere nobody expects. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because when this tournament kicks off, we're breaking down every match, every decision, every tactical shift. We're going to tell you what's actually happening out there. But right now, I want to ask you something. Is the biggest threat to this team coming from the outside or from within? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely read everyone. The World Cup doesn't forgive. It just moves on. And June 12th is almost here.